Hello Ascension Parish, this is Father Michael Lampe coming to you with another video reflection. We are quickly approaching the Feast of St. Louis, which is on Tuesday, August 25th. This feast honors our patron saint of our city as well as our diocese. And so he is an important figure for all of us here in St. Louis. But there's some confusion, some misunderstandings of who he was and what he has done and why we honor him as a saint. And in response to this confusion, the Archdiocese of St. Louis has prepared an official statement, and I would like to share with you just a few excerpts from that statement regarding our patron for our Archdiocese. The reforms that St. Louis implemented in French government focused on impartial justice, protecting the rights of his subjects, steep penalties for royal officials abusing power, and a series of initiatives to help the poor. King Louis IX's renowned work and charity helped him to be elevated to sainthood. His daily suppers were shared with numerous beggars, whom he invited to the royal table. On many evenings, he would not let them leave before he washed their feet. His care for the sick was equally moving. St. Louis frequently ministered to lepers. He also created a number of hospitals, including one for the blind and another for ex-prostitutes. For Catholics, St. Louis is an example of an imperfect man who strived to live a life modeled after the life of Jesus Christ. For St. Louisans, he is a model for how we should care for our fellow citizen and a namesake with whom we should be proud to identify. Now, because of the confusion of who St. Louis was and what he has done, there was a movement by a group of people for the removal of the statue of St. Louis on Art Hill in Forest Park, believing that St. Louis wasn't actually a saint or that he doesn't deserve such an honor. In response to that, another organization called the St. Louis Forever Rosary Coalition started meeting every day back on June 21st, praying the rosary at 6:30 p.m. This was a peaceful process and has continued from that day on forward and has been prayed every day, 6:30 p.m. at the statue of St. Louis. Now, their prayers and our prayers for peace and unity in the St. Louis metropolitan area, as well as for the protection of the statue, have been answered and are being answered. The leader of the protesters for the removal of the statue has publicly declared that he is not going to organize any future public protests for the removal of the statue. And so it would seem that our immediate concern regarding the statue has been addressed. And so at the moment, these prayerful meetings at the statue have continued in thanksgiving to God for this great mercy, this great gift, but also continuation of praying for the peace and unity of the St. Louis metropolitan area. But because that immediate threat has been removed, it was decided by the St. Louis Forever Rosary Coalition to discontinue this daily rosary at the statue of St. Louis on the Feast of St. Louis, which is Tuesday, August 25th. And so that will be their last meeting to pray the rosary at 6:30 p.m. on that date. Now, I personally have been there 6 times already, and every time that I've been there praying at the statue, it's always been peaceful. I haven't noticed any protesters or any issues or problems when I had prayed there previously, nor do I expect there to be any in the future, especially since it seems that those who wished for the removal of the statue have backed down and are no longer insisting upon such a removal. And so seeing that this is coming to an end in the near future, there are parishioners of Ascension who have decided to arrange for a group of us to be there tomorrow, Thursday, August 20th at 6:30 p.m. to pray the rosary with the St. Louis Forever Rosary Coalition. You, of course, are invited to join us as well. We had previously, as a parish, a group of parishioners, I should say, has gone there, and that was back on July 30th. It was nicknamed Ascension Thursday, since our parish or our parishioners had gathered there. And so this will be the second as well as the last Ascension Thursday at the statue of St. Louis, praying in thanksgiving for the protection of the statue, as well as praying for the unity and peace of our St. Louis metropolitan area. And so there were about 34 people that came from our parish there last time, and you're invited to join us this time, and hopefully we'll have an even larger number praying for the peace and unity of the area, as well as thanksgiving for the ways that the Lord has already answered these prayers. And if for whatever reason you decide that you would rather not come and participate in this prayerful experience, that's fine. Nobody is required to do this. This is just an act of love and charity for God, for the saints, for our archdiocese, etc. But you would certainly be encouraged to consider praying the rosary at least at home for these same intentions, for the peace and unity of our St. Louis metropolitan area. Hope to see you there at the statue. And if you're not sure what the statue looks like, it looks a lot like this. I was blessed to be given this gift by a parishioner from Ascension in gratitude for just raising awareness about this issue and helping all of you, parishioners of Ascension, gain a greater understanding of St. Louis, as well as encouraging you to participate in this effort for a greater peace and unity in our metropolitan area. Thank you for listening to this video reflection. I hope to have more of these in the future. God bless.